Hey everybody, this is Doc Almighty and welcome to tutorial number 3 for Immersive Engineering. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the water wheel and what it takes to create a water wheel that is at least nearly of maximum efficiency. I won't claim that it's going to be perfect because I don't have the patience to tweak and tweak and tweak to get the absolute max. And the max RF is kind of hard to find. I don't have the patience to go through the source code and figure it all out. Depending on where you read online, anywhere from 85 to 90 RF per tick seems to be about the maximum RF that you can get out of this water wheel. Now, the one I've built here, and we're going to go through step by step how to build this, but the one I've built here is currently doing 87 RF per tick, which is about as good as I can get it. So I'll show you how to do that. This will be a pretty quick tutorial. There's not a lot of recipes involved. But the water wheel is pretty tricky to set up and can be a little annoying. You know, one little misstep and you can lose several RF per tick. You know, miss one little row of blocks and you can lose 20 RF per tick. It can be very tedious. But I'll do my best to show you a quick and foolproof method of doing this. So first of all, in order to build the actual wheels, we have the water wheel segment here, which is 4 treated sticks, or treated sticks, and 3 treated wood planks, as you can see here, and that makes a water wheel segment. And you'll need 4 of those to create the actual water wheel. You can see it kind of sticking out right there. It's kind of a weird artifact. But you've got 4 water wheel segments and a treated wood plank. You'll want to create 3 of these water wheels for one water wheel assembly. You can do it with one, you just get less RF per tick. You can do up to 3 together on one Kinetic Dynamo, which is what I would recommend. And speaking of the Kinetic Dynamo, up here we've got a copper wire coil, 2 redstone, 3 iron ingots. That's how you make it, not too difficult. I'll leave the copper wire coil recipe up to you to look up in NEI. I assume that's a mod that you're using. So to get this water wheel constructed, I usually start with a 5 block by 9 block base. In this example, we're using Immersive Engineering's concrete, just because I think it looks halfway decent. And I'm using the treated wood planks as the outside structure, the frame here. You can use any block you want. You can use stone, you can use bricks, you can use any type of wood, any block you want. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever your taste is. So it's 5 by 9, and then it goes 8 high, including this base layer. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll do the same here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Connect those real quick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll connect those. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Now that you have the frame of the water wheel, the next step I usually take is to position the Kinetic Dynamo, and you want to do that on the 4th block up from the base. That's 1, 2, 3. Then take your Kinetic Dynamo and put it on the 4th block. Now I tend to make sure, because this thing can be finicky and the wheels work on some sides, but make sure you don't position it like where the blank side is on the inside. I've had varying results of whether or not the wheels will actually output any energy. When I place it like this, though, it tends to be pretty consistent. So I would recommend placing your Kinetic Dynamo with the concentric squares facing towards the wheels. I don't think that's a requirement, but like I said, I've had the least quirkiness when I place it like this. So now you take your water wheels, you just attach 1, 2, 3. And they are in there and optimally positioned. They're not striking the ground. They're right in the middle of your frame structure. All right. So the next thing to do, and this where, I mean, you could just pour some water on this and it'll start spinning and it'll start creating some power, but it won't create much. It'll create probably less than half of the RF that is output in this configuration. So the next thing I do before I pour any water in there is you see these internal structures I have, these little rows of 3 blocks. You can use any block you want for this. I think a lot of people use glass so that they're not visible, but for the purposes of the tutorial, I wanted to make it painfully clear where those are, even if it doesn't look very aesthetically pleasing. But I wanted you to see where those are. So this top one is right in the corner here, and you want 3 wide. And you can do this however you like. I tend to like to leave them on the inside, and I put glass on the outside. But same thing here, 1 block over, so right here. And the reason we do this is to control where the water flows, and so that it doesn't, backwash and all of that. This creates the optimal flow for the water. Now, this next one is down to an over one. Down to an over one. And the last one is just 2 down from that. And one thing I didn't mention, shame on me, is that in the base level, you see, other than just the outside frame, I also have 2 blocks worth of concrete right down here. If you don't put those there, you'll lose RF per tick. So I need to go ahead and add those in. And then there's another row right here that you want to put in there. Alright. Okay, so now the next thing I typically do is fill one side with glass. Now I'm using Ender IO's quite clear glass right now because that is the glass of choice for me. You can use whatever glass that you like. You don't even have to use glass. You could put bricks or whatever. I tend to like to make it clear so that I can see what's going on, especially when I'm setting it up. But you can really use whatever it is that you would like to use. On this side, we can just fill this one up. We may be breaking some of this glass later as we position the water, and it'll be a little messy, but we'll get through it. Alright, almost done. We'll start placing water in just 1 second. Okay, that should do the trick for right now. Alright, so the first water I typically place is the water at the top of the wheel. Now it's tricky to place. You don't want to get in the wrong block. Sometimes I just aim at this block. The last time I did it, when I tweaked the wheel, I only got about 83 RF per tick, so I had to actually look down at this, this, this. And that's where I placed the main water. You can see it's pouring out the side. Get that patched up. Okay, so it's starting to move. Now, what I'll go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and put down a current transformer to start measuring this as we place the water, so you can sort of see the effect that each little placement has. Now to power the Kinetic Dynamo, or not to power, but to get power out of it, you just put a medium voltage wire connector here. Connect that to the current transformer. Now the current transformer is optional. I'm only putting that here so that we can measure the current that's going through here. You can see right now I got 72 RF per tick just from the one water source, and that's not half bad. Nothing at all wrong with that. But as you'll see, we can get more out of that. So let's get our water back. What I'm going to do is we're going to put water right. What do I do with my glass? This is going to get messy. Forgive me for that. 1, 2, 3. Lock that up. So now how much? Now we've got 81 RF per tick. You can see it increased a little bit. Now let's put some more right here. 1, 2, 3. Close that up. And look at there. That didn't actually change anything. Now I read somewhere where that one piece of water isn't necessarily required. I think we may have just proven that. So let's see. We're gonna put 1, 2, 3 here. That's not what I want there. Let's see what our, now we're at 83. So here we are. I did this last time at 83 RF per tick. So I've clearly done something wrong. I'm not quite sure what it is yet. The weird thing is sometimes it's tough to figure out, and doing something as simple as taking water out, reapplying it, will sometimes fix it. I have no idea why. Let's just see if that has any effect. Voila, there it goes. We're at 87 RF per tick. Now don't ask me why that just replacing and putting the water straight back where I had it changes anything. It's a very, I'm not sure why it does that. When I did a run through of this episode earlier, it did the exact same thing, which is why I need to go up and replace that water to get it cranking out. But there you have it. It's simple enough. You've got a water wheel, 87 RF per tick. If you know of a way to squeeze another 2-3 RF per tick out of this water wheel, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments. One thing real quick before I go, we're going to test this theory that this water here doesn't matter. That is indeed true. Looky there. 87 RF per tick. Yeah, so you learn something new every day. Okay, so then that one piece of water, or the 3 water sources right here in the middle, are completely meaningless, as you can see. So you can put them there if you like, or not, but it doesn't seem to matter. But there you have it, folks. That is how you build a at least close to optimum water wheel. I don't know if that's perfect or not. Why does that look so slow? I don't know. 87 RF per tick. Alright folks, like I said, if you liked this episode, please let me know. If you didn't, please let me know that too, and what you didn't like about it. I'm always learning, always willing to adapt. If you've got a good suggestion for how we might do this better, I'm all about that. If you want to see more of these episodes or get notified when I do post, please consider subscribing. That really, really helps the channel, and it helps me keep doing these videos. As always, go forth and be awesome.